Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, guys. Are you getting my voice? Screen కూడా ఓకే కదండి?
Okay, sir.
ఓకే. ఓకే అండి, ఒక 2 minutes స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాం, చూద్దాం. 1 minute we will wait. Any people will join. Main చేయొచ్చు. మీకు కూడా మిడ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్, వాళ్ళకి ఎక్స్టర్నల్స్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ అయిపోగానే మ్యాథ్స్ దే విల్ స్టార్ట్ మిడ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఫర్ యూ. ఫైనల్ ఇయర్కి మిడ్, రేపు 12th నుంచి మిడ్ ఉంది. నెక్స్ట్ వీక్లో మిడ్, ఆ నెక్స్ట్ వీక్లో ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఎగ్జామ్స్. 2 weeksలో వాళ్ళకి అయిపోతాయండి ఇమీడియట్లీ. మ్యాథ్స్ ఫర్ యూ పీపుల్ ఆల్సో దే విల్ స్టార్ట్ దట్ వన్. మీకు స్టార్ట్ అవ్వచ్చు అండి. సో బీ రెడీ. హలో,
ఓకే. కాలేజ్ ఎప్పటి నుంచి సార్?
మీకు ఇంకా కన్ఫర్మ్ కాలేదు. ఫైనల్ ఇయర్స్కి అయితే మండే నుంచి ఉంది. మీకు అనేది వాళ్ళు మండే వెళ్తే కానీ తెలియదు. ఇంకా ఈ 2-3 రోజులు క్లారిటీ మీకు ఎప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ అవ్వాలి అనేది. ప్రజెంట్ ఫైనల్ ఇయర్స్కి మండే నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఇంకా కాలేజీ ఎప్పటి నుంచి అనేది కాదు మీరు కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేయాల్సింది. ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఎప్పటి నుంచి అనే దాని మీద కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేయండి. ఇంకా
ఓకే సార్.
కాలేజ్ ఓపెన్ అయిందంటే దాదాపుగా మీకు ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఓకే ఇంకా స్టార్ట్ అయిపోతాయి. ఒక రోజు అటు ఇటు కాలేజ్ స్టార్ట్ అయిందంటే ఇమీడియట్లీ మిడ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ విల్ స్టార్ట్. మిడ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ అయిపోతే ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ విల్ ఫాలో దట్ వన్. ఇంకా మీరు దానికి ప్రిపేర్ అయి ఉంటానండి ఈ లోపల. అసలే ఈసారి అన్ని థియరీ సబ్జెక్ట్సే ఉన్నాయండి, చదవాలి. లాజికల్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ లేవు. ఒకటే నాకు తెలిసి కొద్దిగా సిఎస్ థియరీనే, సిఎన్ థియరీనే, ఎస్టిఎం థియరీనే, డిడబ్ల్యూడిఎం థియరీ, అది రెండు ఉంటుందండి. అది థియరిటికల్, మ్యాథమెటికల్. కాకపోతే కొద్దిగా డిడబ్ల్యూడిఎం కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేయండి. పేపర్ టఫ్గా వస్తే మాత్రం చాలా కష్టం. డిడబ్ల్యూడిఎం ఉన్న వాటిల్లో బాగా ఇబ్బంది పెట్టేది డిడబ్ల్యూడిఎం.
ఓకే సార్.
దాని మీద గట్టి కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేయండి. మిగిలిన డైరెక్ట్ థియరీ క్వశ్చన్స్ లేదు, డైరెక్ట్ గానే వస్తాయి, ఇబ్బంది ఏం లేదు. ఇందులో లాజికల్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఏమి ఉండవులే కానీ. ఓకే గైస్, ఎవరు లేరా వచ్చేవాళ్ళు? ఒక ఇద్దరు వస్తున్నారు. See, today we are going to see one more concept called the domain resource records. Okay, that is a one more small concept, theoretical concept only, that we have to see the domain resource records. What is a record first of all? మా రికార్డ్ అంటే ఎలా చెప్పుకోవచ్చు అండి? డిబిఎంఎస్ ప్రకారం రికార్డ్ అంటే ఏంటి? యాజ్ పర్ ద డిబిఎంఎస్, వాట్ ఈజ్ ఎ రికార్డ్? What is a record? DBMS చదివారు. What is a record? DWDM కూడా చదువుతున్నారు పచ్చిగా ఇప్పుడు ప్రజెంట్. సో యూ హ్యావ్ టు ఆన్సర్ వాట్ ఈజ్ ఎ రికార్డ్.
ఫైల్స్
అర్థం కాలేదండి.
అంటే రిలవెంట్ ఫైల్స్ అన్ని ఒక డేటాకి ఒక ఇష్యూకి సంబంధించిన రిలవెంట్ ఫైల్స్ అన్ని స్టోర్ చేయడమే రికార్డ్ స్టోర్ చేస్తుంది గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ ఫైల్స్.
అంటే మనం సింపుల్ గా చెప్పుకుని ఎలా చెప్పుకుంటాము? ద డేటా వీఆర్ స్టోరింగ్ సమ్ సెట్ ఆఫ్ డేటా, ఇఫ్ యూ స్టోర్ దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఏ రికార్డ్. అంతే కదండి సింపుల్ చెప్పాలి అంటే. ఓకే, మన పేషెంట్ రికార్డ్ అని అనుకోండి. ఆ పేషెంట్ సంబంధించిన డీటెయిల్స్ అన్ని స్టోర్ చేసుకుంటాం. ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఏ పర్టికులర్ పేషెంట్ రికార్డ్ అంటాము. అతని రికార్డ్ ఏదంటే వీ విల్ షో. ఇప్పుడు ల్యాబ్ రికార్డ్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఆ ల్యాబ్ ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్ సంబంధించి మొత్తం ఒక చాట రాస్తున్నాము, దాన్ని మనం ల్యాబ్ రికార్డ్ అంటున్నాం. మొత్తం ఆ ల్యాబ్ సంబంధించిన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మొత్తం అందులో ఉంటుంది. ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్ ఎలా చేయాలి, ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఏంటి, ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ ఎలా, అవుట్పుట్ ఏమొస్తుంది, ఎయిమ్, ప్రోగ్రాము, ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్, ఇంకా ఫ్లో చార్ట్స్ కానీ అల్గారిథమ్స్ కానీ ఉంటాయి, అవన్నీ మొత్తం రికార్డ్ అంటున్నాం. ఓకే, సిమిలర్లీ వెన్ వి కమ్ టు ద డిఎన్ఎస్ ఆర్ డొమైన్ నేమ్ సిస్టమ్ ఆల్సో. ఓకే, whenever they are assigning names to the domains, whenever any request has given to the registrar will allocate the names to that one. Basing on the verification, they will allow the names. While he is allowing that name, he will store the information also in his database. In his database also, he will store the information about the domain name. That is called the domain resource records. Okay, whenever he is allocating the domain names for the applications, he will store the information about that one also in his database. ఎందుకంటే ఫ్యూచర్ లో మళ్ళీ కొత్త నేమ్ అలోకేట్ చేయాలి అంటే he has to verify the previous ones. ఓకే, ఏదైనా ఫ్యూచర్ పర్పస్ కావాలి కాబట్టి they will make entries in the database also. ఓకే, డిఎన్ఎస్ డేటాబేస్ లో వాటి యొక్క ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మొత్తం స్టోర్ చేసుకుంటారు. దట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ద డొమైన్ రిసోర్స్ records. Away domain resource records. And whenever we develop a new application, we put the application to that register. I want the domain for my application or for my program. So he will allocate us some new domain name. Basing on our request, he will allocate the domain name. While he is allocating domain name, he will update that information in his database. He will create a new record for us. Okay, ఇక మన డేటాబేస్ పాయింట్ లో చెప్పుకుంటే వన్ రో అండి. డేటాబేస్ పాయింట్ లో చెప్పుకుంటే వన్ రో. మన యొక్క డొమైన్ నేమ్ కూడా ఒక రో క్రియేట్ చేసుకుంటాడు. ఆ రోలో మన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మొత్తం కూడా స్టోర్ చేసుకుంటాడు. ఇన్ హిస్ డేటాబేస్ టేబుల్ హీ విల్ అప్డేట్ అవర్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఆల్సో ఇన్ ఏ రో. డేటాబేస్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ రికార్డ్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఏ టపుల్ ఆర్ రో. One row, one entry is called a record. వన్ డొమైన్ నేమ్ కూడా he will make an entry. ఓకే, అందులో చాలా ఫీల్డ్స్ ఉంటాయి. వన్ రో మీన్స్ ఇట్ is not a single value, some number of fields will be there. Later we will see what are the fields he will store, that we will see in the upcoming ones. Okay, he will store that one. Clear? That is the today's concept ever, that is the domain resource records. Okay, whenever the hosts are taking the domain names, okay, the information about those domain names will be stored in the database, DNS database. Okay, which will mostly contain the main value in that one. Is one of the main value in that resource record is the IP address. Along with the IP address, some other values also he will store in the domain records. Okay, now the most important value for storing in the resource record is the IP address. Actually గా మనకు మేజర్ కావాల్సింది IP address. In that resource record he will maintain the IP address, domain name and mapping IP address he will store. Along with the IP address, not only one IP address, the resource record will also store many other values it will store. Okay, that what are those other values that is storing in the resource records, we have to see. When we come to a particular resource record, every resource record is a 5 tuple. A resource record is a 5 tuple. That means it contains 5 values will be stored in that one. Any resource record, if you take in the DNS database, it is a 5 tuple one. అంటే మనం 5 కాలమ్స్ అనుకోవచ్చు ఇక్కడ. ఓకే, డేటాబేస్ కాబట్టి టేబుల్ పాయింట్ లో తీసుకుంటే కనుక ఎవ్రీ రో విల్ కంటైన్ ద 5 కాలమ్స్ విల్ బి దేర్. ఓకే, 5 values will be stored in every resource record. Generally these are in the binary format. Okay, internally they are stored in the binary format, but whenever they want to show them, they will be represented in the ASCII format. Okay, whenever we want to display the resource records, they will be displayed in the form of ASCII format. Internally they will be encoded in the binary format, but whenever they want to expose outside, they will be represented for the outside in a ASCII format. Okay, when we come to this resource record, already we told this resource record is a 5 tuple. Okay, what are those major values in that one format of the resource record, or what are the major tuples in that one? Means the resource record will mainly store the domain name. One field it will store is the domain name is the one first field every resource record will contain. Next, time to leave, that is the second field. Next, class is the third field. Type is the fourth field it will store. Next, value is the fifth field it will store. These are the 5 fields that every domain record resource record will store. Okay, 5 fields will be there. In our language, 5 columns will be there in the table for every record. Domain name is the first column, time to leave is the second column, class is the third column, type is the fourth column, value is the fifth column. These are the 5 ones. Clear? The first one is the domain name. Okay, domain name is the name that is taken by the application programmer. Okay, what for the user of the application program, whatever the application, the name taken allocated to that application is the domain name. Generally this domain name will be used as a primary key. Okay, we will use this domain name as a primary key in the table. Whenever we want to search for the entries, this domain name will be generally used as a primary key. Okay, the domain name tells the domain to which this record applies. With the help of this domain name field, they will easily identify, okay, for the given domain, which row will apply to the given domain. For example, whenever a application, we have typed whatsapp.web.com, web.whatsapp.com, that is the domain name we have given. Immediately it has to map that name to the corresponding IP address. So it will search in the resource record. Okay, in the resource record, one of the entry has to match with this domain name we have given, web.whatsapp.com. It will search that one with the help of this domain name. It will make the search in the database for the matching record of this domain name. Clear? Okay, generally this will be used for writing, while writing the queries, the domain name will be used as a primary key. Primary search key used here is the this one. Clear? That is the first field is the domain name. Clear? And the domain name part. The second field is the time to leave field. The time to leave field, the name itself indicating lifetime of the field, how much record, how much period we have to store that రికార్డ్. ఆ రికార్డ్ మనం ఎంత పీరియడ్ స్టోర్ చేసుకోవాలి. టైమ్ టు లీవ్ ఫీల్డ్. సి మనం ఎప్పుడైనా డొమైన్ నేమ్స్ పర్చేజ్ చేస్తే దే విల్ టేక్ ద పీరియడ్ అండ్ లైసెన్స్ పీరియడ్ ఉంటుందండి. ఫర్ ఎవర్ వెన్ ఎవర్ వీ హ్యావ్ పర్చేజ్ ద డొమైన్ నేమ్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ద ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్. ఓకే, మనం కామ్ దగ్గర కానీ ఈడియూ దగ్గర కానీ టాప్ లెవెల్ డొమైన్స్కి వెళ్ళి ఆ రిజిస్టార్ దగ్గర మనం డొమైన్ పర్చేజ్ చేస్తే దే విల్ గివ్ సమ్ లైసెన్స్ విల్ బి గెయిన్ ఫర్ సమ్ పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్ ఓన్లీ. 1 year కా, 2 years కా, 6 months కా మనం పే చేసే అమౌంట్ బేస్ చేసుకొని దాని సమ్ లైఫ్ టైం విల్ బి దేర్, మళ్ళీ రెన్యువల్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఓకే, దిస్ ఇస్ ద టైమ్ టు లివ్ ఫీల్డ్ ఇండికేట్స్ హౌ మచ్ పీరియడ్ దట్ ఈస్ వ్యాలిడ్. అది ఎంత టైం వ్యాలిడ్. ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ ద గివెన్ బై దిస్ వన్. Generally here whenever come to the time to live field, okay, the maximum high for a higher stable values, that means most strong values. For a long duration values, the higher value that is assigned to this time to live field is 86,400 seconds. That means 1 day. Okay, for a highly stable value records, okay, if the record contains the highly stable value, that means if the record is highly stable, that means which one for a long period of time, the larger value that is assigned to this time to live field is 1 day, 86,400 seconds, which means equal to the 24 hours. After that one, again the time will be allocated to that one. Okay, with the before the 24 hours, automatically it will be renewed. Okay, for a volatile data, for the volatile records, that means very temporary ones. Okay, the smaller value that is assigned is the 60 seconds. The smallest value, the time to live field that is assigned for the volatile data means which is not stable data, stable record. For that ones who are volatile, the smallest value that is assigned is 60 seconds. That means 1 minute, the highest value is 24 hours. Okay, that is the time to live field. Okay, basing on this time to live field, it will indicate that how stable the record is. That means how strong the record is, how much. Here stable means nothing but for a more amount of time we want that record. That is indicated by its stability. This record is required for more amount of time. This record is not required for that much amount of time. That is indicated with the stability. The time to live field has a higher value of 86,400 seconds, smaller value of the 60 seconds. That is the second one, time to live field. Clear? Domain name, the next column or next field is the time to live field. The third field is the class. A class field will indicate the to which class the IP address belongs to which class the IP address belongs to is indicated by this class field. ఈ క్లాస్ ఫీల్డ్ ఏమి ఇండికేట్ చేస్తుందండి, IP address class indicate చేస్తుంది. ఇంటర్నెట్ అడ్రస్, వాట్ ఎవర్ ద ఇంటర్నెట్ ప్రోటోకాల్ అడ్రస్ we are using, for each class it belongs to. We have different types of classes of IP addresses are available. To which class this IP address belongs to is indicated by that class. And simply indirect గా చెప్పుకుంటే the class field will contain the IP address. Okay, to which class it belongs to, what is that IP address, that will be stored in this record class field. The class field will contain that one. అరే అసలు ఈ ల్యాప్టాప్ పెరిగిందిరా నాయన, దీనికి ఎందుకు తగిలిస్తా బాల్. ఓకే, that is the this one. మనం తర్వాత చూద్దాం అండి. What are the various classes of IP addresses, we will see later. Class A, class B, class C, class D IP addresses are there. 4 classes of IP addresses are there. We will see later that one. Next, after that class, the class indicates the simply, okay, for we are simply in our language, what is this class will specify means to which class IP address we are using, what class of IP address is assigned to this domain name. ఈ డొమైన్ నేమ్ కి ఏ IP address, ఇంటర్నెట్ అడ్రస్ అసైన్ చేసాము. That is indicated by that one. By using various codes we can represent the classes. Each class can be represented with different codes. Okay, we will see later what are those things. Next one is the type field. The next column is the type field. Okay, the type field indicates what type of record is this. Okay, the type field tells what kind of record is there. There are many kinds of DNS records are there. We will see that list now itself. We will see the what are the various types of lists. Okay, this type field indicates what type of field is this one. That is the fourth column. If briefly first three clear అండి, domain name, time to live and the class. ఈ class గురించి again we will discuss later about the class completely. We will discuss that one again later. Is it clear, these ones? Now, if it is clear, now we have to see the type. What are the various types of records? Categories of records are the types of records. The type will indicates what kind of record is it is. It is a type of record. See, the types are, the major types of records are text record, SRV, service record, SPF, sender policy framework record, PTR, pointer record, CNAME, canonical name record, NS, name server, MX, mail exchange record. 4AS indicates the IPv4 or IPv6 address of a host. The IP address is the IPv6 address, 128-bit address. A indicates the type. If the type is A, means it is a IPv4 address. That means 32-bit integer address. SOA, start of authority. Clear. These are the various types of records we have. Okay, whenever we come to the records in the data DNS database, these are the various types of records that we are storing in that one. SOA, start of authority, IPv4 address, that is 32-bit address A. 4AS indicates IPv6 address, that is 128-bit address. MX indicates mail exchange record, name server, NS, name server record, CNAME, canonical name, PTR, sender policy framework, SPF, service, SRV, text. Okay, we will briefly see one by one what is the purpose of each one. Briefly, we will see. Then we come to the first one, state of authority records. Okay, the state of authority contains the details about the zone to which that domain name system belongs to. Okay, name servers zone. Okay, simply మన language చెప్పుకోవాలంటే details about that name server, domain name system server. What is the DNS server? The SOA record contains the details about that DNS server. The details of the DNS server will be in the SOA file record. Okay, in the SOA record, it will contain the details about that server, name server, whatever the DNS name server we are using. Okay, the details about that server will be in this SOA record. Start of authority record, all the parameters relating to that one. Okay, see some important parameters of this SOA recorder. What are the important parameters of this SOA record? Means this SOA record primarily provides the name of the primary source of information about the name server's zone. Okay, it will provide the name of the primary source information about the name server's zone, email address of its administrator, unique serial number, various flags and timeouts. Okay, all these details will be provided by the SOA record. Simply in our language, the state of authority provides the parameters about the server zone. Okay, when we take the DNS server zone, it will provide the details about that particular DNS server. The DNS server, whatever we are using, the details about the DNS server will be provided by this state of authority. Okay, what are the various parameters? Means it mainly provides the name of the primary source of information. Okay, that means name of the administrator of that server, email address of its administrator, serial number of that server, next various flags used in that server and the timeouts of the server. All those details will be provided by this SOA record. Who is controlling this one? What is the email address of that administrator, serial numbers of the serial number of that server, flags used in that server, timeouts in that server. All those details will be provided by this one SOA record. Clear? That is the first type. SOF type indicates that it is a state of authority record. That particular record is a state of authority record. Next one is the A and 4AS. A indicates the address record. Okay, address record. It holds the 32-bit IPv4 address of an interface of some host. Okay, A indicates that the IP address given to this domain, map to this domain is a 32-bit IPv4 address. The record type A indicates that the IP address assigned to this corresponding domain name is a 32-bit IPv4 address. That is indicated by this A. And the type A4AS, which is also called as Squad A. Squad A holds the 128-bit IPv6 address. Okay, this type indicates the 32-bit IPv4 address, and this will store the 128-bit IPv6 address. It will hold. It will indicate that they are using this one. Okay, 128-bit IP address. They are using the 32-bit IPv4 address. That is indicated by this one. Okay, A record and the quad A record, 4 years record. Generally, every internet connection must have at least one IP address is compulsory, so that with that IP address, they can communicate with the other machines. Some hosts will have 2 or more network interfaces will be there, in which case they will have 2 or more. Okay, 2 or more IP addresses will be there. That means 2 or more different types of resource records will be there. Based on how many IP addresses they have, that much number of resource records they will have, depending on how many types of IP addresses they are using. Generally, at least one IP address is compulsory. If they have more number of network interface cards, NIC cards and network interface cards, okay, by default, okay, basing on that network interface cards, basing on that one, they will have 2 or more types of IP addresses will be there. 2 or more IP addresses will be maintained by that one, basing on how many network interface cards they have. Okay, for every IP address, they must have a entry in the DNS table. In the DNS database, they must have entry for every one. They can store, for a single name, they can store the multiple addresses also. Okay, that is the thing. The second two types address record A and the quad address record 4As. 128-bit IPv6 address, 32-bit IPv4 address. Clear and rendu. SOA record and the A record and the quad A record. 3 types. Okay, Nandidi. Next, we have the MX record is there. The next type is the MX record type, MX type. What is this MX type indicates? Okay. See, MX type, mail exchange. X means mail exchange. It will simply indicate the domain who are going to accept the email. Okay, the MX type indicates the who is the domain that is going to accept the email. See, it specifies the name of the host prepared to accept the email for the specified domain. Okay, man which domain based it will indicate that it will specify name of the host who is ready to accept the email. Okay, basing on the domain we have given. For example, mana @gmail vaadam anukondi. That means manam pampiche mail first ever accept chestunaru Gmail domain. Okay, the Gmail server has to accept that our mail. Okay, @gmail మనం sender name ఇచ్చాము. So and xxx@gmail.com. So we are sending mail to that person. Directly we are not sending to that person. Through the Gmail server only we are sending to that person. అక్కడ మనం gmail.com వాడుతున్నాం. Okay, okay, that gmail.com. Here MX record indicates that who is going to accept the mail I am sending through my connection. That okay, Gmail is going to accept that one. That is indicated by this MX record. MX record indicates the name of the host who is going to accept the email from a specified domain. It is used because not every machine is prepared to accept email. If someone wants to send email, for example, bill@microsoft.com, the sending host needs to find some mail server located at the microsoft.com that is willing to accept the email. Okay, whenever someone wants to send an email like bill@microsoft.com, he wants to send the mail to Bill who belongs to Microsoft. The sending host needs to find some mail server located at microsoft.com that is willing to accept email. Okay, first the sending mail from the mail will be reached the server at the microsoft.com. Through that one only it will be forwarded to that Bill. So the sending machine has to find some mail server which is located at the microsoft.com that is willing to accept email. Okay, that mail server who is accepting at the microsoft.com is indicated by this MX record. The MX record will provide that information. Okay, who is the mail server at that one at that specified domain who is going to accept the emails is provided by that MX record mail exchange one. MX means mail exchange. Next, another type of record is the NS record, name server record. Okay, what is this name server record specifies? It specifies a name server for the domain or the subdomain. That means this NS record will store the names of that domain or subdomain used by the host. Whatever the subdomain or domain used by the host. Okay, one copy of that domain will be in host domain information will be stored in the database with this NS record. MX record indicates the mail server at the domain who is going to accept the email, whereas NS record specifies the host domain name. One copy of the host domain name information will be stored in that one. Okay, the name server for the domain or the subdomain of the host will be stored by this NS record, name server record. Okay, which host is sending this one through the which domain the host is sending this one. What is the host domain? That host domain or subdomain information will be stored in this NS record, name server record. Clear? Next one is after that NS record we have the CNAME, canonical name. That means simply it will allow to create the alias names. Okay, we can create the alias names with the help of this option of CNAME. Okay, we can use the alias names instead of the full names. We can use the alias names, some alternative names, so that easily it can recognize the complete domain. మనం absolute domain and the relative domain. By giving the relative domain, it can get automatically the absolute domain. Complete name is not required to provide. Only we will provide providing the alias names. The complete name can be chosen by that one. Okay, it can guess the complete name basing on the shortcut names we have given. That is the CNAME. Okay, the CNAME record will contain the alias names used for that domains. Okay, if they want to use any alias names, that alias names for that one. Okay, the main domain is www.google.com is the main domain. Okay, for that one, if they want to maintain some alias names, that alias name will be in this CNAME record. Okay, other name that they can use to connect to the same domain. What is the other name? Short names they are providing. They are available in this CNAME record. Clear? With this CNAME record, the people can happily connect to the main domain without knowing that complete domain. Also using that complete main domain, we can connect to that main domain with the help of this alias name. Clear? Next, we have the pointer field is the PTR pointer. It is also similar to that of the CNAME. Okay, the CNAME contains the alias name. The alias name will be maintained in the CNAME. Okay, the PTR is a pointer. Okay, which acts as a regular DNS data type. Okay, the pointer will be this PTR is called as a regular DNS data type. The duty of this pointer is okay, it will map the domain name and the corresponding IP address. Okay, to form an association between the domain name and the corresponding IP address, we are using this pointer. With the help of this pointer, if the domain name is given, we can happily we can get the IP address. Okay, for lookup of the database table, to get the IP address, we use the pointer. With the help of this pointer, we can easily get, if you give the domain name, we can get the IP address. If you give the IP address, we can get the domain names. Reverse lookup, we can go for the forward lookup, we can go for the reverse lookup with the help of this pointer. This pointer will form an association or mapping between the domain names and the IP addresses. So that with the help of this pointer field, if the domain name is given, we can look up for the IP address. If the IP address is given, we can get back the domain name of the corresponding machine with the help of this pointer field. Okay, that is the pointer type. The next type is the SRV. Okay, the next one is the service SRV type. Okay, this service type is used to identify the domain. Okay, for a particular service, whether it's a correct domain for the particular service or not, will be identified with this SRV. file type. Okay, with the help of this SRV file, the host can identify whether the domain is suitable for the particular application or not, can be identified with the help of this SRV type. Okay, whether we are using the correct domain for a particular service or not is identified with the help of this SRV. It will helps the host to identify the domain for a given service. Okay, to be identified for a given service in a domain, we are using this SRV, service type. Next, SPF. Okay, next one is the SPF one. Okay, what it will do is it lets a domain encode information about what machines in the domain will send mail to the rest of the internet. Okay, whoever in the whatever the machines in that under that domain will send mail to rest in the internet is given by this one. Okay, it will let's say a domain encode information about what machines in the domain will send mail to the rest of the machines in the internet. From that domain, which machines can send information to the remaining ones in the internet, that is given by this one. Clear. It helps receiving machines check that the mail is valid or not. It will help the receiving machines to check that the mail is valid or not. మనకి జీమెయిల్లో జంక్ మెయిల్స్ ఉంటాయండి, స్పామ్ మెయిల్స్. ఓకే, ఆ స్పామ్ మెయిల్స్ ఐడెంటిఫికేషన్ కోసం దే ఆర్ యూజింగ్ దిస్ వన్ ఓన్లీ. విత్ ద హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ వన్ ఓన్లీ దే విల్ ఐడెంటిఫై ద స్పామ్ మెయిల్స్. వచ్చిన మెయిల్స్ చెక్ చేసుకుంటాం. ఓకే, అవి లీగల్ గా కరెక్ట్ డొమైన్ నుంచి వచ్చాయా రాలేదా. ఓకే, if they are available from the valid domains, they will be considered the normal mails. Otherwise, they will be sent to the spam mail. They will be sent to the spam folder. Okay, they are using this field. Manaku baga ardhamay field ante Gmail. They are using this SPF field for checking of the spam files, whether the mails are valid or not. They are using this one. Okay, it will let a domain encode information about what machines in the domain will send mails to rest of ones in the internet. Which machines under that domain can send mail to the rest of one in the internet. For example, take gmail.com. Under gmail.com, okay, which machines are allowed to send mails to remaining people in the internet, so it is decided by this SPF. Okay, other than those allowed ones, if any other one has sent the email, that email will be considered as a junk mails. They will be considered as the junk mails, and something will be done to handle that junk mails. Clear. Like that. Next we have the last field is the last type is the text records. Okay, the text records will contain information about the domains. Okay, originally the text records were originally provided to allow domains to identify themselves in an arbitrary way. Okay, to identify the text record will help the domains to identify themselves in different ways. Okay, to identify themselves in different ways, they are using this text record, which is rarely used. Finally, we have the last field is the value field. Okay, this field can be a number, a domain name, or ASCII string. Okay, the value field will depends on the text, the type field. Basing on the type field, the value will be decided. Okay, this is the things. Okay, sorry. So when we come to briefly, this is about this one. The domain resource records will contain the following 5 fields. Will be the domain name, time to live, class, type, value. Okay, name indicates the name of the domain, time to live. Okay, stability of the domain name will be indicated by this time to live. Class indicates what type of IP address we are using, which class IP address we are using. The type will have many options are there in this type field. Okay, SOA indicates start of authority. Okay, which is indicates the domain information about the domain server. A and quad A indicates the IP address size, whether the IP address is a 32-bit integer, 32-bit IP address, or 128-bit IPv6 address is indicated by this one. Okay, next MX mail exchange is there. Okay, MX is the mail exchange, which indicates the, okay, which server on the which machine on that domain is going to accept the emails. Which server on that domain is going to accept the emails will be indicated by this mail exchange MX. Next, name server. Okay, it will store the name of that one. Okay, domain name of the server of that domain will be stored in this name server. Next, canonical names. C names are used as alias names for the domains. We can create the alias names using this C name. Pointer will locate the IP address. They will map the IP address and the domain names with the help of this pointer. Next, SPF, sender policy framework. Okay, they will thus SPF will help in encoding the host domain names. Next, SRF, service. Okay, a service will provide the host which domains they can use for their service. For the particular service, whether the domain is suitable or not is provided by this service type. Finally, we have the text. This will provide the information about that host domain in the ASCII text. Okay, these are the some important types. And finally, the value field will depend on this type. The value will be dependent. For SA, the values are the parameters of the zone A, 32-bit integer. For quad A, the value will be 128-bit IP address MX. It will contain the domain name, the domain server who is willing to accept that email. Like that, basing on the type, the value field will be decided. Okay, this is totally about this one domain resource records concept. What is briefly this? Simply in one line, what is this domain resource record means? A row, one row for each domain name. Okay, for every domain name we have recorded. Okay, that information will be stored in the DNS database in the form of records. Okay, those records about the domain names is called the domain resource records. Every resource record of the domain will contain the 5 fields will be the domain name, time to live, class, type, and value. Okay, this is totally about this one. Okay, guys, is it clear? This is briefly the today's class about the domain resource records. Is it okay, guys? కొంచెం థియరీ అండ్ బోర్ కొట్టుద్ది ఏదో చదివినట్టుగానే ఉంటుంది కానీ తప్పదు. There is no other option. Okay, thank you very much. This is briefly the today's class. We will meet again in the tomorrow with next concept. Okay, Andy. Thank you very much for the today's class.